Battlefield 1's open beta was released for Xbox One on Monday, and yesterday for PC and PS4. After playing the beta on PC for a while, I wrote down some of my opinions on the beta. I think that Battlefield 1 has beautiful graphics. Being a AAA title released in 2016, it better have good graphics. Also, I think that the game is very well optimized, on PC at least. I have a mid-tier spec PC, and the game runs great on a combination of medium and high settings. I was getting about 80 FPS average on a 64-player Conquest server. I also believe that the vehicle gameplay is very smooth. The planes are very easy and have very basic controls, and it's easy and painless to drive and switch seats in armored vehicles. The horse mechanics, on the other hand, are a different story. I'll get more into that as I get into the cons. The new game mechanics are also very fun and exciting. The bayonet charge is fun to use and feels practical. The horses are a great idea and go well with the World War I time zone. The train, or the behemoth, is also an interesting new game factor. Gaining control of the train can be a game-deciding factor when put into the right hands. I also think that the Sandstorm is a great idea. It reminds me of some maps on Battlefield 4 where a skyscraper would fall down or a massive ship would crash into the land. Also, the interface that you get when you first start the game feels very simple and easy to navigate. I like the News tab and the Quick Match button that lets you jump right into a game when you start the game. The MP18 SMG, which you get in the assault kit, feels too strong and kills enemies too fast. Even though it has high recoil to somewhat counter the high damage, it still feels like the damage should be lowered. The Lewis gun LMG damage feels just right, but the recoil on the gun is non-existent. It's very easy to mow people down because of that. The medic kit is very underpowered. The Gewehr and the SMLE are both semi-automatic, but each gun only does about 30 damage to the chest, which would take about 4 bullets to kill somebody. The damage should be raised to 35 damage instead of 30, which would make the gun only take 3 bullets to kill with chest shots. In previous Battlefield games, there's always been a respawn timer, which Battlefield 1 lacks. I like to know when I can respawn, which sometimes takes up to 10 seconds. As I mentioned before, I'm not a fan of the horse mechanics. The horses feel too difficult to use. It's basically impossible to shoot someone while on the horse because your crosshair flies all over the place. Being able to use a sword to kill people as you pass is a great idea, but it's difficult to use. I haven't found many occasions in which I can get close enough to someone to use the sword, and when I do, I miss half the time. I also think that you should be able to switch sides so you can melee someone on the left or right, instead of having to line yourself up perfectly. My last complaint is that there are too many overpowered sniper spots on the current map, Sinai Desert, if I got that right. It's very easy to camp up on a mountain where no one can find you, and you can just pick off people from across the map. In conclusion, I think that Battlefield 1 has lived up to the hype, and it didn't disappoint many people. I'm very excited for it to launch, and I hope that it'll be just as good as the previous Battlefield games.